welcome to GCUB Live. We are back again, one more time. One-stop shop. No, never the last time. Your one-stop shop for gaming and tech news. I am joined once again by my compadres, my co-workers, whatever you want to call them. Neil is back. The guys. Neil is back. Derek is back.
I don't know these guys.
I've never heard of these guys in my life. Joining us for the first time is Joe.
Hi guys.
CEO and President of GCUB Enterprises International. Interstellar Global.
Joining me is the
VP CEO,
the VP
Chairman.
Joining me is Vince McMahon.
Do that stupid walk.
No, that's pretty power rock. I'm okay with that. Last time we hung out, it was holiday season. We were talking about Thanksgiving. Tell me about your holiday. Derek, how'd your holiday go?
Mine went great. I actually went to Best Buy and spent the entire holiday in line.
You did that?
I did.
What would you
failed.
get? What'd you get?
Nothing.
Nothing.
I ended up, because I didn't get, my wife ended up getting me a Wii U.
Better deal.
Oh, that's awesome, yeah.
I'm very happy with that.
She gets to stay married for another year.
Has anybody ever realized that anniversaries and birthdays are just celebrations of surviving a year?
Oh, wow.
You can't say that.
That's not depressing at all.
It's what they are. I mean,
Wow.
an anniversary, like celebrating anniversaries, going, hurrah, the marriage lasted. It's a celebration of it lasting.
Well, we just lost all of our women viewers.
Yeah. We love you, women. I love you. As I touch my ring. Just so y'all know. How'd your Thanksgiving go?
It was nice, relaxing, did some shopping, got some small things.
Yeah. I'm waiting for one answer. Nobody's hit on it yet. How was your Thanksgiving, Joe?
I hope the answer is working. That's what I did.
No.
I hung out with this guy for a little bit. But yeah, I was sitting.
Nobody had cranberry sauce?
No.
You've got to be kidding me.
Are you like the only you that guy?
No, I didn't even get to have cranberry sauce this year. They had stuffing, that was great, but we missed out on the cranberry sauce. So it was pretty sad.
I hope whoever provided you with Thanksgiving dinner is not listening to the podcast.
It's my mother and father-in-law, and they're fantastic. If they happen to be listening, I love them so much.
Maybe the
I just do not provide cranberry sauce.
It's like, you guys great, but you know.
Well, okay, so nobody had cranberry sauce. I'm totally okay with that. They even apologized for it. They didn't even apologize.
I didn't have cranberry-flavored Sierra Mist.
Close.
Okay.
It's close. It's good. It's good.
I don't like a lot of cranberry, but I'll take that. You know, I had a good holiday. Good Thanksgiving, good Black Friday, good November.
Yes, Black Friday's the actual holiday now.
Yes, it is. Pretty much.
It actually has taken over Thanksgiving. It's Black Days.
Black Days.
All right.
Microsoft made up for over half of all gaming hardware sold on Black Friday weekend.
But how much of the ground they lost to PlayStation in the beginning is that made up for?
Tell me, one, how they did that, and two, I now know how you feel about it. I want to hear how you guys feel about it as well.
That $230
Not only that, but even if you didn't do that deal, the $329 everywhere was just.
That was on top of the holiday price drop that they've been
everybody had it $70 off more or less.
Yeah, everyone had the $329. They were very aggressive with bundles, right?
Yes, but of course, I mean the only bundle you could really find was the Assassin's Creed one, which no one really wanted. But push comes to shove, what are you gonna do?
Well, they threw a good one in there, right?
I think my brother actually bought that.
The Walmart did have their makeshift Master Chief bundles, and that was kind of cool.
Well, and you know that kind of came at a good time. I mean, as they always do with your Call of Duties and your Halos and your big system
Unfortunately, even
sellers.
if you got it on Thanksgiving, you still couldn't play with your friends.
Master Chief Collection, I want to love you so bad, but it's you know.
Let's just keep playing Destiny.
But let's be serious for a second. How did they do this? How was, after 12 months of dominance, the PlayStation 4 wiping the floor in sales as far as everyone's concerned? How does this happen all of a sudden?
Two reasons. One, if everybody has a PlayStation 4, the next thing to buy is the Xbox One.
That's true.
And two, PlayStation 4 kept the price the same. Microsoft took upwards of $70 off to $170 off if you made the right deal.
And I agree that the price is probably the biggest reason why more sold I mean, look at the beginning where Xbox was more expensive. People bought PS4s when, I mean, hardware-wise, I'm pretty sure PS4 is a little bit better, but it's the price that sells it.
What was that price differential?
At the beginning, I believe the Xbox with the Kinect was what, $499?
$499.
Yeah.
$499 US.
Yeah, that's...
Which, I mean, begs the point. The $100 price difference in the beginning gave PlayStation the lead. Now there was a $70 price difference in Microsoft's favor, and they gained the lead.
Well, let me ask you this. Is the Xbox One, they've dropped it to $329 without Kinect. Is it worth it without Kinect?
Yes.
I believe so,
At this point, yeah. I mean, when it first came out, maybe not, because they sold you on this promise of like, oh my god, you're going to get all these games, these Kinects, and great, it's going to be amazing. And then halfway through that, they were like, all right, yeah, we're sorry. We're not going to do anything with the Kinect.
What did they really release that's really fun with the Kinect? Fantasia?
Exactly. That is it.
Software has definitely not driven the Kinect, but I will admit that the firmware is a little bit easier to navigate. The OS is a little bit
the OS has always been a little bit better since the 360.
And as an average consumer, do you guys remember that rumor about how the Kinect was going to be on all the time? You could only have it. There are actually people. There are people still out there who think of that, so they don't want the Kinect.
I won't disclose the name of the place that Mark and I used to work together, but we got that every day.
Was it Game Shop?
People are very paranoid.
It might rhyme with that. But you know that's a very real concern. Microsoft's messaging was so bad in the beginning that there are still people that think you can't play used games on Xbox One.
Yeah.
And that's simply not the case. Now, I sit here and we talk about the shortcomings of the Xbox One. You know, let's be honest for a minute. It's breaking internal sales records at Microsoft. And in fact, PS4 and Xbox One combined sales are up over 80% against the PS3 and the Xbox 360 in a comparable time period on the market.
But how do they do against the PS2?
No one's beating that. It's not happening.
The PS2 was the first. It was like the best DVD player available at the time.
It had everything. Backwards compatibility.
Let's be serious. In light of this, okay, we joke around and say Microsoft got their butts kicked by Sony. They're still setting records. They're still look. I'm gonna come out and say our console's dead.
I don't believe so.
No, they cannot be.
They're getting close. They're getting close.
But look at these sales.
Yes,
they're
that's because there
their
isn't an alternative, though. If there is a viable alternative, the PC is still not a viable alternative. It's still a niche crowd. They're like hippies.
We're going to touch on that.
I don't think I'm a hippie.
You are. You're a hipster.
It's that chin strap.
I'm that master race guy. Like that is. I love my systems. They're great. They're awesome. But if I can get it on Steam, I'm probably going to buy it.
And I agree.
This is a very master race centric
Yeah.
podcast. Is what we touch on some other things later on.
But that's what I'm saying. If there was a viable alternative to a console, like if you had a TV that you could literally just say, turn on the controller and it would work with the TV, and you could play it without a console and still get these same games and the same gaming experience.
Was that streaming thing was like Phantom or something?
Yes, Phantom.
Yeah.
But if you had that capability without a set-top box, whether it was built into your TV or built into your cable box, whatever it was, and it had the same capability, the same graphics, the same games, most important, the same games, would there be a reason to have consoles?
These are what ifs right now.
Yeah. Exactly.
Well, of course, but if you're talking about, the theoretics of our consoles dying, you have to say why they would die and why they wouldn't die.
Yeah, in light of the current market, are consoles dead?
No,
definitely
absolutely
not.
Not. Setting sales records, guys. It's outselling Xbox, who everyone has deemed this failure. The Xbox One is setting sales records. Now, it took them a little while to get there, obviously, to really stop popping. But when they're breaking internal sales records, can you really call it, even against the PS4, can you really call it a failure? Yeah, against the juggernaut of the PS4 right now, sure. But
and it's funny they're breaking all these records without any real gaming content out.
It's true.
It has been a very slow year for next gen games.
We're just starting to get
it
into
is the
that.
first year.
A lot more announced, to be
Yeah.
honest. I know they've mentioned something about Gears.
Yes.
And not necessarily just remakes, but also more. And Gears is a huge point for Xbox. So, I mean, close up there with Halo.
Yeah.
So that's a big step for them.
So then how do you guys feel about the freshman years of these new consoles? I mean, we use on its sophomore year at this point, and they're amazing strides in their sophomore year, but how did the Xbox and PlayStation do for their freshman years?
don't think that they're nearly as good as they probably should be. Like I feel like because if you compare them with like the 360 and the PS3, like.
But what came out in their first years that made them so great?
I'm trying to remember what was launch titles for PS3 and PS3.
It was like Lair and
Lair was one.
what was the beat 'em up with the chick with the red hair?
Bayonetta?
No,
Not Bayonetta. Oh, I know what you're talking about.
I should.
Oh, Blood Rage.
No,
Witchblade?
Heavenly Sword.
Heavenly Sword. Oh yeah,
It's
Heavenly
And
Sword.
Sword.
on the
Sports
shelf
games
so many
and
times.
Sonic 06 was a launch game for the PS3, or at least launched window.
Dirt was one.
Dirt.
But
It
I
was
mean,
right
look
in
at
that
these
time
games.
period.
Look at these games you're
Warhawk.
talking about. I mean,
Yeah, Xbox had what Quake. That
They had
was pretty
Quake
bad.
4. They had Call of Duty 2,
Mm-hmm.
which was pretty good if you can find a game.
King
but
Kong.
it was like a port, wasn't it?
But even still though, I mean, if you
It
have
was a-
comparative games to what we have for Xbox One, Rise was pumped up to be this big amazing game.
It's supposed to be the killer
It
app.
ended up being, it's going to end up, if it isn't already now, one of those games just like Lair or like Heavenly Sword where it's just on the shelf. Like,
But yeah, I mean, they're giving away for free right now.
Exactly. Like, they do that with like a lot of launch titles, and it's cool. They hype it up for the launch title, but it ends up being just kind of like a subpar
Yeah, I mean-
game.
I mean, let's face it, if you have the PlayStation 4, I mean, they launched it with Injustice with some beefed up graphics, which was nice because it was still kind of relevant, but it was near the end of its
It's just
lifespan.
free on PSN right now, by the way.
Yes.
It is.
I need down with that.
I do have a question though. Why do consoles never release with a big name title?
It's been a long time since they've really done that.
Yeah,
like
when was the
Nintendo
last
used to
time-
be big for that.
Nintendo actually just touched on that. They mentioned that they were converging their software and their hardware development teams so that would never happen again. Now, the Wii U did launch with, in my opinion, one of the best Mario side-scrollers ever played, New Super Mario Bros. U,
Yeah, it's very good.
which is such a callback to the originals with just enough dash of new. It was a great game. But outside of that, let's talk about the Wii U launch titles. It was Mass Effect 3, it was Madden, it was Nintendo Land, things like that. But you did mention the Wii U in its sophomore year, and I don't think I'm alone in saying it's anything but a sophomore slump. I think the Wii U had its best year.
And not to
I
mention
agree.
what they've announced for next year is amazing. I mean, they're going into their junior year, still with that same stride.
I mean, this year alone, Nintendo seems to be hitting on all the right buttons. You remember their Treehouse Live from E3? That was a critical darling. Everyone thought that was the best coverage of E3 they've ever seen. And then they launch Amiibos, and we all look at those and we go, okay, this is Skylanders, but for Nintendo. And if the data is to be believed, they have raked in over $1 billion US.
I was going to say, how much of that is in Japan? 'Cause those guys buy
$1
that stuff
billion
crazy.
US dollars in Amiibo sales alone, and sort of the planned obsolescence of them, where they're discontinuing them on the fly, is creating a frenzy. And I defy you to go to a Walmart or a Best Buy or a Target or a Toys R Us right now and try and find the Amiibo you're looking for.
Those things could have just brought up a little 3D image on the Wii U, and I would have bought them.
Mhm.
Anyway, doesn't matter.
That's
I would
right.
have bought them regardless.
They're pretty neat. The Marth is impossible to find.
Yeah, the
Martha's
Martha's been like
Martha's been
$30.
discontinued. He's about
Villager,
50
Villager,
bucks.
Marth, and Wii U Trainer are the ones that
Yeah.
are hardest to get.
So
Yeah,
they've all
everything
been discontinued, and then I heard rumors that the next few to be discontinued are Donkey Kong, Fox, and Samus. Now that doesn't mean they're going to be discontinued permanently, but their Smash Brothers iterations will be. So they'll be released in different poses, a la Skylanders, a la Disney.
Or if they release another Donkey Kong game.
Exactly, and we have Star Fox game coming up next year,
And this console has yet to have its Metroid game, correct?
that is true as well. So
Nintendo
instead of-
does like doing that.
Instead of Samus standing there, she might be pointing her gun. Whatever.
And while we're on the topic of Smash Brothers, kind of, I'm going to throw in a quick little plug. That is a hint as to what the prize will be for our Facebook fans.
Oh,
It's going to have something to do with Smash Brothers.
world
I'll be
premiere.
dropping little hints on Facebook.
Okay,
every
Jeff
other
Keighley.
week, so.
World
Yeah.
premiere. That's the first we've heard of it, but I think that's exciting.
Now, I did hear, though, that there were some really super rare either misprinted ones or variants of them. There was like a double gun Samus.
Double
Yeah.
gun Samus, double sword Marth,
Yeah.
Peach with
Samus
no
was-
legs.
The Samus one for like what?
15,000 or 1,500?
Was it?
Yeah.
It was like
The-
25 or 15.
well,
or something.
some ridiculous
Yeah.
The Peach with no legs went for $22,000 on eBay with legitimate
22,000?
bids. Yes.
I mean, it makes you want to just go through Walmarts and Toys R Us and just
Like,
look
come
through
on.
shelves.
I did. Don't worry about it. There are none in Central Florida. I tried. Trust me.
Every store covered.
Go out to pick up lunch. Check every store in the area.
Right now, though, I mean, we're sounding like some Wii U fanboys.
We are, but hey, let's talk about that. Smash sold 710,000 copies in November alone. Pokemon, 1.5 million combined. Smash on the 3DS, 1.5 million life to date. I mean, they're doing big numbers right now for both their portable and their console. This is kind of, maybe not a lot of people have a Wii U, but this is sort of a Nintendo renaissance that we're experiencing.
Well, no, this is what Nintendo does with every console, though. They touch these certain properties, and then they have a really hard time struggling with anything third party or new.
Yeah, well, I mean, Smash is a reason to buy the system.
It's an evergreen property.
Yeah, so
you say that. You say Smash is the reason to buy the system, and I'll give that to you. I'll give you Mario Kart as well, and a few others from Mario 3D World. Software drives the hardware. Software had a big weekend as well with Jeff Keighley's Game Awards. Who had the chance to catch that?
I watched
all
a decent amount of it.
I watched it all.
Not all.
It was pretty hilarious.
Let me set the stage for you. If you watched the VGX last year, you would be very impressed with what the Game Awards brought this year. And even Game Awards, video game awards of the past, in which they were heavily sponsored by Doritos, Mountain Dew, EA, things like that. Now, there was some banter in the offices about whether or not this one was sponsored by Nintendo, because the show both opens and closes with Nintendo trailers.
And in the middle.
And in the middle, with the very first gameplay scene of Zelda U.
Oh my god.
We saw some awesome stuff from Mario Maker, which is pretty much like my 6-year-old wet dream. If I can have a wet dream as a 6-year-old, I don't even know.
Baby tease of Star Fox.
I don't even know. The baby tease of Star Fox, and that's enough for me, because I've been begging for Star Fox since Star Fox 64 came out, because the other ones don't exist.
That didn't even, I lost my mind, when I saw, Link jump off of Epona. And the time, arrow time.
Did you play Skyward Sword?
Oh my god!
The time stones.
Yeah.
That's my reason for that. He's using time stones.
Yeah.
Well, this game does look a lot like it's a continuation of Skyward Sword's story.
Artistically,
yeah. I mean, it's the same style of clothing and everything.
There's some sleuths online that have estimated the overworld to be roughly 16 square miles, which is about the same size as, for comparison's sake, Skyward.
Well, didn't they say it would take 5 minutes to ride on Epona from one side to the other? So
well, they said 5 minutes to ride from where they were to the waypoint. So when they zoomed out using scaling and everything, I don't know what they did, but they estimate the size at 16 square miles, which is roughly the size of Skyward.
That's huge.
Throw in some temples, make that overworld maybe a little more busy. We saw some horses there, but it was kind of quiet.
Yeah, that is cool that other horses exist in the world other than Epona.
Yeah, I know. I still don't believe that.
Poor sad Epona.
Can't ride him.
Last of his race.
But I never played Skyward Sword, so
Hey, Skyward Sword, even though everyone in the world owned a Wii at some point, it was kind of like Shaq Fu, where it just showed up in your house.
mm-hmm.
Skyward Sword didn't
Just appeared.
Not a lot of people played Skyward Sword, and I'll tell you, it took me a year from when I started it, played the first 2 hours, to when I finished it, and I consider myself a pretty big Zelda fan, and I thought that was one of its finest ever.
Really?
For sure.
I had already gotten rid of my Wii.
Don't worry about the motion control, it works in this one.
Does it?
The sword play is perfect.
I still enjoyed
Twilight
Twilight
Sword
Princess.
or
I didn't think Twilight Princess was all that bad.
Twilight Princess was waggle control. It was still good. I like the GameCube version a little bit better because the overworld resembled Ocarina a little bit more, but I digress.
Hey, we do get the new HD redub of Majora's Mask.
Very excited about that.
Gonna pick up the 3DS
new moon.
Again.
A new moon.
Again. I've gone through so many.
But it did look like they were teasing that it was going to be on the Wii U as well.
I need to get a handheld again, and I've been kind of not in the handheld market for a very long time, but I think that's going to be a reason for me to buy a 3DS again.
You want to go Pokemon trade?
Monster Hunter 4.
I can give you some Arceus. I got 17.
I just want an army game.
I'm like that guy who opens the trench coat and he's just got legendary Pokemon hanging on him.
You give me
What are you buying?
You give me 16
That's Pokemon anymore, though. Nothing
Yeah,
is
I know.
rare.
These Game Awards, in all seriousness, looked like they were bankrolled by Nintendo. When in fact Jeff Keighley said it was an investment on his part. The viewership was actually up by over 800,000 viewers. It was a better show than years past, and if they put that out,
quality for that, it's amazing.
If they put that out every year, I'll watch it every single year.
Did anybody else catch the fact that the logo for it looked like they just took the Celebrity Deathmatch logo and put it in video game?
I'm okay with that.
I know it was just funny though. Until I saw, it, I was like, Celebrity Deathmatch.
I'm okay with it as long as Claymation Stone Cold Steve Austin shows up.
They should have just done that one segment was completely claymation for no reason.
I want, and they don't mention it at all. And he stands awkwardly close to everybody.
Yes.
And the clay gets mixed up. I won't talk about some of the other things like, oh, why was like Internet Celebrity on there instead of Developer of the Year and so on and so forth? Why were some awards?
Let's say the wallet was not big enough to afford every celebrity.
I'm going to go ahead and say there were timing issues and they kind of had to squeeze everything in. Let's cut right to the chase. Dragon Age Inquisition was the game of the year. Has anyone had the chance to play that yet?
No, I have not.
I played it for all of like 5 minutes.
Were those the best 5 minutes of your 2014?
No.
It did get released with like 4 other good games that week. I mean,
that being said, Dragon Age Inquisition is great. It's good. I will not take the fact that they got Game of the Year. That's awesome. They did it, and it definitely deserves it. I do think that this trend of dropping these games so close to the awards.
That was my big thing. It had only been out a couple of weeks before the awards, and it got Game of the Year. Now, I fully intend to play Dragon Age because I love all things BioWare, but I'm kind of in the awkward situation where I'm so close to Christmas. If I buy another game, my wife's going to kill me. So I'm kind of waiting to see what's under the tree. If it's not, whatever, I'll get it on Steam. Who cares?
this is a hint from Mark's wife.
Oh, God. I know she's listening. I love you. Anyway, I'm definitely going to play it. BioWare does a great job. Joe, God, don't you? That's not true.
That was a joke.
Dragon Age 2 is not good, right?
I enjoy Dragon Age 2. I'm not.
I like both of them.
You like both, but what one did you like more? The general consensus was Dragon Age 2 was not good.
Okay, I'm just saying any game
I did not play 2.
is followed by an entire internet following that has an entire YouTube miniseries bankrolled by Felicia Day. I mean, come on.
You're going to piss somebody off, Mass Effect 3 ending. Deal with it.
And I think that is fine. I can go on record saying that ending was perfectly fine. Anyway, with Dragon Age, I would probably say Dragon Age 2 is probably my favorite. And
really?
Yes. And the reason behind this
Joe and Mark show.
Yeah. The reason behind that was because Dragon Age 1 was just kind of, you had your, it wasn't turn-based combat, but it was kind of like timed combat. Versus Dragon Age 2, it had a bit of a hack and slash kind of feel to it, but it also had like your skills, kind of like a World of Warcraft feel to it.
Put your Facebook name out there, Joe, so people can tell you how they feel. Hey, in all seriousness, my favorite BioWare game was Knights of the Old Republic, and I think Mass Effect 2 is the best game of the Xbox 360, PlayStation 3 generation. But I respect your opinion. I did not play Dragon Age 2. I do not know. I'm going off of what the fanboys are telling me.
Hashtag fanboys hate Joe.
Hashtag fanboys.
My opinion came from Joe pretty much because I went to buy a game and he said, "Hey, you have to play this game. It's the best game I ever played."
Let's be serious.
I don't remember saying those specific words.
You were trying to sell something, so I'm sure those might have come out.
Not possible.
Sales in the year one.
So Dragon Age Inquisition gets Game of the Year. It came out a couple weeks before. Stuff like Bayonetta 2 were up, and I'm not going to turn this into the Wii U Circle Jerk podcast, even though it should be.
But I mean, again, Bayonetta 2 came out just a little bit before that too. So
Bayonetta 2 came out in October.
You know what else should have won? That should have, if it wasn't close.
Mario Kart 8.
I mean, that's a great game.
That's
not what I was talking about. Far Cry 4.
Far Cry 4.
That
Far
game,
Cry 3 was a sleeper game of the year when it
exactly. came out. And you know what? That game came out on December 4th last year. Mm-hmm. Literally, like, I think it was 3 days. It was my birthday, so.
Oh.
Now you're just throwing that out there, everybody.
You can send
belated
presents,
birthday presents.
But,
birthday wishes could be sent to you.
But, it was a great game, but it came out like 3 days before the awards show. Like, and I'm not sure when, Far Cry 4 came out exactly.
The year Far Cry came out, The Walking Dead, Telltale
was
got
like
Game of the Year
20th.
through the Game Awards.
That was utter BS, but that's
hot takes.
That made me very upset.
I remember him crying about it.
I was really, really angry because the show had so much hype.
That's a picture of crying Joe.
Yeah, it's just, oh my god, that was terrible. But I don't know.
How can this happen?
Live stage directions.
Just like me in like a room with nothing. Just like,
Did you play the
Lonely
Telltale
Light.
game though?
I didn't play that one. I played The Wolf Among Us. Played that for a little bit, but that was after the fact. I was so angry. Like,
See, how can you be upset about a game that you
and
never
then they put
played?
that on sale during the Game Awards. The Wolf Among Us.
yeah.
Put a few things on sale. You know what else? Went on. Well, it didn't necessarily go on sale, but it got a little bit of notoriety as if it needed it. Was Hearthstone? I believe it got multiplayer game of the year.
Yeah, it was nominated for Game of the Year too.
And I completely
But
understand.
it got
because
mobile Game of the Year. It got mobile Game of the Year.
It's on my iPad right now. I don't play it at all because
That's
it's
not even
terrible.
fair. I can't get it on
It's only on the iPad.
You can get it on your computer, almost everything.
Yeah.
It's not an Android.
But
It's coming to
It
Android.
won Mobile Game of the Year, and it's only on one platform. And it's only been on that platform for not very long of a period of time.
Well, I mean, it's Warcraft. Like,
Yeah.
Well, can we agree that Blizzard makes really good games?
Well, yeah, that's because they wait 10
They do.
years
Yeah.
before they release them. Because they
I'd
make sure
rather
it's
wait.
perfect.
Yeah, I'd rather wait 10 years and have a fantastic game.
Oh,
Did
I'm
anyone
a
catch-
Blizzard fanboy. I mean, I waited 20 years for StarCraft, and
So
that's
you
what it
caught,
felt like.
you caught BlizzCon. Oh, he's a Blizzard fanboy.
I am, but I don't have that much time in my life.
The army
caught-
of like Blizzard fans.
Regardless of whether or not you caught BlizzCon, do we know about Overwatch?
Yeah.
Tell me about Overwatch. Give me your first impressions. This is basically Blizzard's take on the Team Fortress formula.
I hope we can get back around to this, but love Smite. Smite's awesome.
Hey, we're gonna get back to that.
But I'm glad to see that another company has acknowledged that there can be something other than a camera floating in the sky for a game type like that.
Although it's called Overwatch.
Yeah. Over
Shots
shoulder,
fired.
I guess. I'm really happy to see that, especially Blizzard, a company that, I mean, they've obviously got a really good track record. Like, they've made really, really amazing games. So I'm really happy to see them kind of take on a different genre or a different kind of view.
Well, at the same time, they have a MOBA coming out, don't they?
They do.
Heroes of...
Yep.
Or something.
Heroes of the Storm.
Didn't they
Yeah.
pretty much invent MOBA?
Yeah.
No, they didn't do
Well,
they
no.
made a game where someone else did.
That's okay.
That's,
We're talking about the earliest origins of Dota and things like that.
Yeah.
I mean, Blizzard, they take their times with their games. They make very good games. I'm
StarCraft
gonna
2
be
best
honest.
game of the decade.
A lot of people were upset when Overwatch was announced because they thought that was going to be the debut of Blizzard's new MMO. And really, what you got, you got Titan. That is the remnants of what was once Titan, right there in Overwatch. And Titan was their long rumored follow up to World of Warcraft, and they decided as an MMO it just was not fun. They transitioned it to that Team Fortress type competitive gameplay. And that's what you have.
Which is what you need, though. PC gaming is more or less gone to the esports.
It has gone to esports, and it has gone to competition. You can load up things like Twitch.tv, and consistently in the top viewed games to the tune of hundreds of thousands of people are watching things like League of Legends. They're watching things like Dota. You're seeing things like
Five Nights at Freddy's.
Five Nights at Freddy's. Okay, I saw a lot of that. You're seeing things like the shooters of the Halo, the Call of Duties. They're starting to fall a little bit further behind these MOBAs, and that kind of segues us perfectly into our next topic. For a long time, and I'm talking let's say 2003-ish, and I'm ballparking it here. We're talking EverQuest. World of Warcraft comes out in 2004, and if you had a PC, you had one of those games on your computer, or you got the
EverQuest
$1.99 trial at 7-Eleven.
Yep.
EverQuest was back in the 90s. I mean,
EverQuest has been around for a long time, but it
I
didn't
remember people
become
losing their lives and jobs to that game.
mainstream until World of Warcraft took off. And I would even argue that it didn't penetrate the true mainstream until that South Park episode, Make Love Not Warcraft, which is one of the best South Park episodes ever.
That was a great episode.
That brought a lot of people in.
But I think that was in 2006 or right before 2007. But MMOs really changed PC gaming because it went from a real niche product to all of a sudden everyone and your mother rolled a Warlock. And now we're starting to see a transition. I don't even say starting to see because I've been to PAX. I've seen the crowds at these conventions. I've seen people excited for League. I've seen people excited for Dota, for Smite, for all these things. This competitive gaming.
But the competitive gaming doesn't have the same depth for its community that the World of Warcraft, the MMOs have.
Well, let's talk about that. I agree that it may not have the same intellectual depth, but
It has
right
more
now
competition.
Right now, the numbers are with MOBAs.
Well, yeah, because it's exciting to watch. It's a short period of time. You don't have to commit your entire day to it. I mean, an MMO. I mean, I'm sorry, but I mean, what are you going to entertain yourself by watching?
It's like what do you think I do all day?
It's true. That's all I do. But I mean, I finished raids in a shorter time than I finished some of these LOL and Smite games. I mean, Smite is easily sometimes an hour to two for a single game.
But there's more action.
It's non-stop.
Okay, cast X.
Yeah,
there's no Leroy Jenkins.
There's no general in the background giving directions.
Yeah. It's while you do have your teams and everything like that, it's just a more exciting product. We're talking about a stadium that was built for the World Cup. Where was it? South Korea?
I think it was.
It was in South Korea. A stadium built for the World Cup, almost filled to watch. What was the finals? What was the game?
Are you doing Dota?
What was it? Was it Dota or was it League?
Probably League.
Probably.
It was one of the two, but they filled up. This is a 70,000 seat stadium in South Korea. Of course, it's Korea. They have very good internet. Okay,
Pro esports.
And they're filling up these stadiums. ESPN has caught on. They're launching it not on ESPN3, not the janky ESPN3. They're putting it on ESPN2. They're putting it on actual cable TV that you have access to.
They tried that before, though. I mean, they used to do that back with they did the Magic the Gathering World Championships back in the day.
You have people tuning in on Twitch to the tunes of hundreds of thousands. People are putting serious ad dollars in. I think Pornhub has a sponsored team.
Yep.
Like, people are hopping in. Like, this is becoming a serious thing, and it's because of the MOBA. What?
Why do you know that?
Don't worry about it.
Smite Reddit.
Single guy.
Smite Reddit. What's the name of that Smite Reddit? Free plug, by the way. R Smite.
R Smite.
So, okay. We've touched on why maybe. I don't play MOBAs. Help me out here. Get me into a MOBA right now. Put me into the mindset that I'm going to play a MOBA.
He's going to try to convince you to play League of Legends.
No, I'm going to try to convince you to play Smite, League, any of them. You have played a first-person shooter. Let's say Call of Duty.
Sure.
All right. Mix the excitement of Call of Duty with World of Warcraft. I mean, you're leveling up your character in that time. Each game you start off fresh. Everybody's at the pretty much same level of most MOBAs. You're building up towards fights. There's fights all the time. And it's non-stop action after you hit a point in the game. And
you're building weapons.
You're building items.
So is there a crafting system, or is it...
It's not really a crafting system so much as... you get experience for creeps, minions, whatever.
I will tell you this: the one addicting thing about Call of Duty is that it seems like every single match you're unlocking something.
And I wouldn't say sometimes at the beginning of the game
you're progressing somehow. Even if I go like 3 and 15, I progress somehow because I ran 5,000 feet.
And in MOBAs, what they do is every game you play, you get some sort of in-game currency, in which, depending on the game, you can buy new characters, you can buy new skins. There's a ton of things that you can get.
Well, you do level up your player as well, and when you hit certain levels, you run like in League of Legends, you can get your runes and things like that.
I'm glad you brought that up because I give League of Legends a lot of crap for that because I hate the fact that if I, day one, want to just start playing League of Legends against other people who have been playing for
You've been yelled at for 10 years.
Well, not even so much just the yelled at. I mean, that's fine. What I'm more upset about is the fact that there are things that runes and like your masteries and everything that you have set up. If someone's been playing longer, that person has access to that stuff when a person who's new doesn't.
Okay, and I'm gonna counter this.
Advocate.
Yeah.
Please.
By saying, a person who plays more and longer than you should have more benefits than a fresh new person.
No. They should be better at the game. They should be more skillful. They shouldn't just give them something for just being like playing.
So you're telling me in, let's say, World of Warcraft.
This isn't World of Warcraft.
I understand that. But you're telling me, okay, Call of Duty. What about that?
I understand this. What I'm saying is if a game is looking to be competitive, like if your main goal is for the game to be an e-sport,
okay,
then make it sporty.
Well, it is sporty. Even with runes,
right?
Even with the runes, a skillful player can be a player that has less skill. It is a minuscule boost that you get.
Let me ask you guys this. This is the biggest reason that I haven't started playing a MOBA yet. There's a significant barrier to entry for a brand new player to hop in.
The learning curve.
It's the abuse from the community, it's the learning curve, and then it's things like you were just mentioning.
MOBAs are a breeding ground for trolls.
My first time playing one, like, those first few matches were torture. You had people going, call the admin, report this guy, and I'm like, report a guy for starting playing a game and not knowing what he's doing?
It's rough. The community in most games. Smite is actually pretty good. Smite has a very good community.
MMOs have this problem too. I will not raid to this day, and my wife, she was playing Final Fantasy XIV. It was a great game, but the community was just a bunch of turds.
Oh,
for lack of a better term.
And League of Legends, why they have all chat and where you can talk to the other team while you're playing. The worst part of any game.
That makes no sense.
The worst part, people will get in arguments and they'll spend their entire time arguing instead of helping your team.
But that does breed point for the character who can just troll the other team and get them distracted.
It's just part of the entertainment, I imagine.
Yes.
It is. But
that would be my job.
It's people live for that. I mean, people play MOBAs and stuff like that just to troll. It's not like, and this is why people can't be on the same, level as whether you're starting or not, is because in MMOs it's not as bad, like say Warcraft.
Sure.
The trolls, you're 80, but you're also trying to achieve some kind of goal. You put a lot of work in, so it's not 80 anymore. I know it's like 300 or something. I don't know.
95? 90?
It might be.
95?
But you put a lot of work in there. In a MOBA, sure you got a level 30 account. Let's say it takes a month to get level 30.
Yeah, sure.
But if you started at the same, let's say, benefits as a person who's been playing as long, these trolls would just make multiple accounts, which they actually do. I mean, it doesn't even hold them back.
That happens everywhere. I have a secondary account for an actual legitimate reason, but I have
the Smurf account.
And
he does your mom jokes on that one.
Yeah.
the name of the account is
your mom.
Joe's Comedy.
No, it's awesome.
YOLO.
It's like YOLO swag. 420 for life, like it's awesome. I love it. But I don't use it to troll. I honestly use it to. I use it for to like record because that's the only way you can get to spectate, like and keep the game recorded, and to help my friends who are new to the game. I'll play on that.
Which you should do because, when you do that, then you don't have to worry about playing people who are going to have better runes and whatever than you because. When you start out a game, you're level 1, it's going to pair you up with level 1s, 2s, whatever to start out with. Unless you're playing with a friend.
Right.
Like, you play with me.
And that friend should have the courtey of just making it.
So, Derek, you just go put your gamer tag out there on League of Legends, get some friends out there?
Teach them how to don't want. But if they want to add me, I don't even know what mine is.
Just catch him when he's streaming, guys.
Yeah, I think it's... Oh, I'm streaming.
I don't think we ever played together.
I don't.
Let me ask you this: you're playing what? You're playing League. You're playing Smite. You're playing Dota.
I'm playing no Dota.
No Dota. No Dota. Okay, well that's perfect. Why?
Why? Because I already play too many MOBAs.
Okay, so what's the difference though? Like you got League, you got Dota, you got Smite, you got Heroes of the Storm.
To be honest with you, I played Smite. I mean not Smite, but I played League of Legends one time before. Mm-hmm. But when I first started, I absolutely hated it. It was the worst game I've ever touched
his
in my life.
His hands are shaking.
Yeah. They are. And I did not understand what the hell was going on. People were telling me, oh, you should do this. I don't know what that means. So I gave up. And then later on, I got bored. I didn't have the funds to go out and buy new games. So my friend was like, hey, how about you play League with me again? And, I mean, that's the reason most of us play any games, because our friends are playing.
Social experiment, yeah.
Yep.
And I was like, alright.
I think that's the first time when you played it was because there was a bunch of, like, my brother and...
It was. Actually, I think it was because all of you guys were staying in my apartment, and all I heard all night long... just all night long.
Oh, I need to be a part of this.
Yeah.
So I decided I needed to understand before I could yell at them.
Wait, what is the discernible difference between all these games? Is there a theme? Is it the gameplay? I mean, I know you can say Halo and Call of Duty. Sure, there's a difference there.
Well, I know the biggest difference between League and Smite is the camera angle.
Oh yeah,
right.
Smite is more of a third person MOBA.
Yes.
League of Legends is the God view.
God.
Yeah, you're looking down.
The Warcraft view.
Right.
Yeah. Dota, I think, is the same as League. I think it's, but the map is a little different. Dota is very involved from what I hear.
It's, of the MOBAs, it's like the granddaddy.
But it's Blizzard.
It's Blizzard, and it's
the granddaddy.
It's just
it's the EverQuest.
Plus, I feel like League has sort of usurped the crown.
Oh yeah.
Dota.
Well,
no.
And from popular, I'm just going by like viewership on like Twitch and Hitbox.
They fluctuates sometimes at the top,
Okay.
but Dota is still.
I'll also say I'm going by presence at conventions and things like that too, because League seems to make it out to everything I'm going at. Always brings a big crowd.
What
Always
brings in the
clogs
most
up the
money?
escalators.
Yeah.
League may bring in more money. The thing is, Dota is the cream of the crop players. It is the higher end gameplay in tournaments that you will see. League of Legends has the influence from both the casual gamer and the higher end guys. Dota is just really that cream of the crop player. So I mean,
So it's like the All-Star game.
exactly. So
It's
I mean,
the Magic the Gathering.
Speaking my
Yeah.
language.
MOBAs. I mean, but
I hope one day Smite can get up there. That would be great. That would be awesome. It would be great, but I don't know.
Do you prefer Smite?
I love Smite.
Why?
Smite.
because he's bad at LOL. That's why.
Tell me
That's probably the
seriously.
truth. The thing is,
With all the
You
hashtag
should have
shot
kept with
fire.
Jace, man.
what?
You should have kept playing Jace.
Why do you prefer Smite over the others?
The thing about Smite is there's something different and special, way more entertaining than seeing something come and go from your top-down camera and just kind of clicking and doing your thing.
More
Then
immersive.
Something can like
Yeah,
sneak
it's
up
way
on.
more immersive. Like it's you're now. Granted, a lot of people say that like, oh, you can't see behind you.
Does that take away from the strategy?
No. You have a mini map.
Okay, alright.
You can use it. You
You have sound.
Hashtag
You have
mini
sound.
maps.
Who uses mini
Yeah.
maps?
Hashtag sound. Hashtag
It's
surround
just a
sound
more
headset.
immersive game that
Hashtag
action is
monster.
just more in your face. I love it. It's great.
Let me throw some
Or
down
the
here real
person
quick.
who's playing behind you. Go, look behind you.
If you're playing a MOBA, please use your mini maps.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry, but like, that's the difference between being a scrub. And
But okay, I feel like
Well,
this is a
I mean,
prime
yeah,
example of that community thing. Where I come in, I don't know what the hell I'm looking at, but I'm a scrub now.
I used to be-
whoa. It's not hard to look at your mini map. It's on the screen. That's me telling you not to look at your. I mean, it's there.
I like focusing on one point in time.
Yeah.
gotten
So what if I really am a scrub?
You
I've
might
gotten
be.
so much better at not.
You gonna start making
being
Jeff
that
Foxworthy
guy,
jokes?
right.
You
When
might
I
be a
first started
scrub,
playing
man.
those games, it was terrible.
Being that
But-
guy is hard because if you're at one level and you want other people to be at your level, you kind of got to give them a little bit of a friendly nudge.
Just tell them get on my level.
Sometimes you tell them get on my level.
On League, it's not that.
This is
a lot more
very,
stars.
very serious business for Derek.
It's
Just the way he's looking right now.
Very- this
the
is-
hand
this
motions
is very
are-
Mobile
important.
gaming and MOBA gaming is Derek's life.
I really hope the video of this comes out.
Yeah.
Because he's just got this look on his face right now.
Can we like edit in some like angry?
You don't need to.
Yeah.
You don't need to.
With
Every time
his
it's
little devil horns, fire coming out of his eyes.
Start making a MOBA most hated players list and just
Hashtag
post it online
gotcha.
every week.
So, I mean, okay, so we've established that.
If anybody wants to play with Derek, he's on every night.
Hey, he does stream, and we'll get to that later too. But hey, we've established that MOBAs are kind of the new hotness, right?
Mhm.
That's where everyone's at right now. That's where Joe's at. That's where Derek's
On the
at.
couch.
Mark is not there. Mark and Neil are on the couch
Yeah, we're
Playing-
watching. Yeah.
playing games with stories.
Yeah, right?
Did League just blow up their lore? Not too long ago, a couple
They
months ago.
did.
Yeah.
Why? What is the point? If it's a competitive game, why would they blow up the lore?
The lore is actually a lot of people love. I mean, characters in the game, the champions,
Mhm.
they tie in together. There's different factions. There's
Okay.
reasons
Tryndamere,
they're fighting.
Maragash.
There's reasons they're fighting, but now there's new reasons they're fighting.
Yeah. Well,
Well,
I haven't read any of the new stuff. I don't care. I just want to kill people.
it's okay. The truth comes out.
There it is.
Kitty.
Alright.
But like, let's say our friend Geraldine, she likes reading that stuff. She likes telling me about it. I like not caring. But
I really want her to hear this.
Hashtag
oh,
kill
she
streaks.
will. She'll listen to it.
Hashtag Geraldine hates Derek.
Hashtag Derek got moved.
You know, I always said I would never be one of those people that drops like hashtags all the time. I'm gonna have to now.
Now you are. Hey,
have to.
hashtag get on our level.
As long as you don't say Bay,
Hashtag
I think
not
you'll be
hashtags.
all right.
No,
Say
Bay
what?
is. I say Bay now.
Please.
Bay is a thing. Now.
Please don't.
Okay. Hashtag Bay.
That's how you know you're 12.
Okay, we need to get off this hashtag.
I wish I was 12. Hashtag Bay. Hashtag 12-year-old.
Hashtag apparently Mike likes 12-year-olds. Mark.
Hashtag hey. Hashtag Mike Mark Matt. Hashtag begins with an M. Hashtag Bay.
M4 letters, that's all I know. My brain can't function more than that.
Hashtag, but I digress.
Well, so you've never watched any MOBAs?
No,
or-
I have played the tutorial to Smite. I have watched League because the dude that plays Carl on Walking Dead plays League, and I watch him occasionally.
Really?
Yeah, believe it or
The
not.
Reds?
I did not know that.
Yeah, I'm that guy. I watch celebrities play video games. Whatever.
Broadcast watched by Red Strawberry.
But I honestly, whenever there's a big tournament, I try to tune in.
Apple.
I actually stumbled upon it. I had a random Saturday off not too long ago, and I was able to catch actually some of the tournament on actual TV with my remote sitting on my couch, not on Twitch. And I thought that was pretty cool to kind of see the support there. It's clear that MOBAs are kind of the new king of the world as far as PC goes. That's where everyone's at. Now, let me ask you this. How much do these games cost?
Free.
They're free. What is the catch?
You're gonna spend hundreds and hundreds of dollars. Well, sorry. This is how every game I've played so far works. You can get an in-game currency for the champions, the characters. But then you gotta buy skins.
Does it offer? Okay, the skins. Okay, I totally understand with skins. I'm a big skins guy. But what is? Can you buy things that enhance your? This is the greatest company name ever.
Oh, man.
Does it enhance your ability in game? Can you pay to win in these games?
No. I mean, you can.
That's fair.
You can pay to level up, but
Wait a second. What benefit does level up give you?
Well,
Access to more stuff.
yeah,
Do you have
access
an
to more
advantage?
characters. You don't have an advantage. Is like in Smite at least. I know you can buy things like experience boosters. That's about it. And all the experience boosters is going to let you do.
Yeah, League does the same thing.
Yeah, I mean, it lets you get access to more in-game currency so that you can buy characters or skins or stuff like that.
Okay.
yeah.
In League, obviously, you have like masteries and.
I am
Yeah.
such a sucker for like alternate costumes.
And that's where their money is.
I spend a
Sons of
fortune in
bitches.
skins and in
Voice
Yeah.
packs.
Don't play League because you'll spend all your money. Like I don't even play a champion if I don't have a skin because
What are you talking about? You guys had that life hack last year.
what life hack?
You got those
Oh,
those
man.
$10, $20 riot
Oh,
cards like
that's-
nothing.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
that was
remember that.
That was
Oh
a
my
good
goodness.
deal that we probably should not talk about.
Joe came in. He was like, his eyes were all bloodshot. He was
I
telling
was
me
like-
about this.
I
I
was
was
like,
like, what?
this is amazing. This is
Yeah,
the
Joe
best.
and I came across a very good deal, which we may have exploited.
It was kind of an exploit. Let's be honest.
All right, it was straight up exploit. but let's just say, League of Legends, we look pretty nice now because of
Okay.
exploit.
I'm totally cool with that. I'm totally
So-
cool with that.
How could they not have thought that that would have happened?
I respect you guys.
Okay.
That's fine.
But,
You do what you need to do. Okay. What are you playing right now? What's your main? I guess I'm gonna say MOBA, but what's your main game that you're playing right now?
Right now, it's got to be League of Legends.
Smash.
Smash.
So you're playing League of Legends right now.
League of Legends.
Can we watch you play League of Legends?
I've been streaming it. It looks terrible right
On
now, but I'll be
GCUB.com?
fixing that. I have been
The stream
GCUB.com.
is embedded.
It is embedded on the front page, so if you go to gcube.com, it will be right there in your face.
Yeah.
You can't miss
And
it.
if the quality's not good, we'll get better at that, guys. We'll get better.
When I stream Smite,
We're just beginning.
it's pretty nice. It's pretty decent. Yeah, we're still pretty new, so.
Hashtag buy Derek new computer.
Hashtag.
Buy their new processor.
Go have a word with Bright House. Is that who your internet provider is?
Oh no, my internet's great. My computer's not so great.
Hashtag get him a new computer.
Yeah, hashtag support the
Hashtag
processor.
Kickstarter. Neil, you said you're playing Smash.
Yes,
You just playing Smash?
pretty much.
That's it? You're playing it here?
I don't branch out too much. I play one game until I'm done with it, then I move on with life.
Who are you playing in Smash right now?
With
your
the
main?
Link. I like to troll people with Roy.
Yeah, but Toon Link's got that speed.
Roy's confirmed that in Smash Bros.
Boy. DLC? Did you get the DLC early?
DLC Roy is back in
No,
Smash Bros.
Ike, no.
I know you missed him in Brawl. I did too. He's back.
When that Mewtwo comes out, we'll see if they put the Trojan Roy in there. Maybe some Ice Climbers and some Snake.
Oh man, that'd be great.
Joe, you're playing Smash. I heard some Little Mac flying around
Look,
earlier.
man, look, Little Mac, top tier. Okay. I'll take him there.
How many people did you just piss off?
Everyone.
Everyone.
99% of the internet.
Hey, for a player that doesn't have any air game, I've seen Joe play Little Mac. It's not bad.
Finished second
Yes.
at that tournament. That we
Where was this tournament?
it was Powder Cake game tournament was down here in Winter Park, Florida.
Yep.
What was that? Last week?
We
Yes.
are Orlando metro area.
Yeah. Right here in Central Florida area, but went there. Granted, was not the biggest tournament in the world. Still came in second.
It was like
With
20, 25 people.
Good Luigi player there.
Good Luigi
Yes.
player. There's a good Mega Man player who won. Yes. One.
Juan, we're talking about. I will tell you that I am playing Smash casually because you guys are way better than me, and I play with my son, and he's he has his moments. He's better than me sometimes.
You know who's to blame for that, right? My brother.
See, I would
Your
play
brother-
Smash a lot more, practice a lot more if my adapter wasn't on loan.
Your brother raises the caliber of everyone in the room.
Exactly. If he didn't exist, we probably would all be.
I start to sweat when he shows up. Because he comes out, he busts out of his room, and he goes 1v1s. I go, oh man, I gotta get out of here. But no, he's really good.
You guys have been playing since Melee. So.
I'm playing casually. I'm playing some of the Mario
the
Kart
Nexus.
DLC. I mean, obviously, hashtag Nintendo fanboy. But I'm also patiently awaiting Christmas to see what's under the tree.
Yeah.
And I'm sure I'll be playing some stuff as well. In fact, I will be streaming a little bit this Thursday. I'll be streaming my never-ending quest to conquer the Halo 2 campaign on Legendary, the Anniversary Edition, and it is way harder than I remember it, but it's maybe because I have like a wife and kids and a job now. But hey, I beat it once, but you got to do it again to get that achievement, because achievements weren't around back then. Hashtag OG, hashtag Xbox Live, hashtag. But I'll be streaming along with the rest of us who will be streaming almost.
Can't make up all these hashtags.
So it's like hashtag, I make up hashtags. Hashtag. Anybody else gonna be streaming this week?
I'll probably be playing a little bit of Smite here or there. I have so many days off this week.
He has a lot of days off.
So I'm probably going to be on there.
I've been hearing this talk about some Smash making it on.
Yeah. If we don't drop dead after this, we may be doing some. I don't know if it'll be live streaming, but we'll at least record some Smash videos and get those up.
So we can live stream. That'd be really cool.
Live stream, that'd be awesome.
You want to throw some Mario Kart on that too?
Maybe. I mean, depends on what everybody wants to play.
Hey, we've got options, and
we need some play along games.
If we have the wherewithal, we're more than happy to play with viewers too. So come all. Let's have a good time. Let's play some games. It's not exclusive to Nintendo. Obviously, Derek plays some League. I'll be playing some Xbox.
I get around.
Neil gets around.
It does.
I'm totally okay with that. But I mean, again, that's just a small taste of what we have in store. But seriously, get some of that Smash up there, because there's some serious competitive Smash that happens in this apartment. And I've walked in on a few. I walked in on some salty exchanges. Like I'm just like, I sit in the kitchen and I just go, oh my god.
I think you're just talking about me, because
not even just there. I mean, I've seen everyone get legitimately upset. I
just don't understand why he doesn't grab the edge sometimes.
Joe posts this video on his personal Facebook. Little Matt does not grab the edge.
Yeah, I should probably put that.
He actually his character model moves by the edge, does not grab it.
Oh, like I put it frame by frame, like.
Too bad we did not record my Roy teleportation trick.
It might still be recorded on the Wii U because it can save the game.
But he didn't hit the save replay.
Oh, okay.
Hey, in any event, we'll be around. Yeah. We're always playing. Come by, say hi, play with us. Don't hate on me, because it's gonna be some ugly Halo hashtag. Hey, if you guys are good, I'll invite you to my game. Whatever. But hey, you know what?
Just not his game of Halo.
No. That's all we got for this week. Please get at us. He was giving me a hard time saying get at us earlier. Get at us on Facebook, GCUBs. We're there. Find us on Twitter, G_cubed.
Oh.
We're there too.
Tell your friends.
Or you can use the website to navigate to all of these things.
GCUB.com. It's a good portal for everything, and the stream, like we said, is embedded there. Come find us. Come play with us. We're just like you guys.
We love you. Sometimes.
Hey.
Not you.
Be sure to join us next time for some more gaming and tech-related banter. GCUB Live. It's been a pleasure. For Derek, for Neil, for Joe, I'm Mark. We are out.